Blake Cousins here. You have arrived at Third Phase of Moon. Welcome back, everybody, from around the world. It's good to be with you tonight. We have a lot of people on the call line tonight, and that makes for possibly good stories to hear in regards to this UFO phenomenon. The number to call in, 347-934-0378. If you've got a question you want to, or an answer, or a sighting you want to share tonight, just press number 1 on your keypad and you'll be taken straight to the top. Let's get to the callers right now. I see we have an area code 360s with us right now. Thanks for joining us live on Third Phase Moon.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Got you loud and clear, sir. Yeah, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm here with my beautiful fiance. We got a dog. We live kind of off-grid in Washington, Olympic Peninsula, right outside the Olympic National Forest. So I'm in school right now studying ecotourism, and we grow our own food. And so anyway, so the reason why I'm calling you, I got to let the world know this is a total truthful statement. You know, I'm totally willing to take a lie detector test about what I saw. I was a chef in Ashland, Oregon, and I met my girlfriend, and we started to watch UFO videos. And I was kind of a skeptic, you know, and we'll get to that. I was kind of a skeptic, and so we started watching UFO videos. We ended up moving back here to this farm, and so I parked my car, and I look up, and I see 3 orbs above, and my fiance saw them too. And so I just are you still there, Blake? Hello?
I got you loud and clear. I'm listening. You got some orbs in the sky.
Okay.
Go ahead. And your fiance's with you? That's great. Go ahead.
Yeah, she was there at the time. Yeah. So this is the beginning of the story. This is actually it goes further. This is only the beginning. So anyway, so I'm like, okay, so I flash on my headlights, and they flash back at us.
Away from the city.
Right, and so in other words, they communicated back to us. So this is like a direct communication, intelligent communication of light, and so we communicate, and they flash at us, and then we flash at them, and they're right above us, and so we saw them, and other people saw these 3 orbs above our farm that was here. So this is not just. And, initially I thought, well, I'm crazy, or, this is strange. I'm skeptic, I'm open-minded. I have served in the military, and I'll talk about it later. But so anyway, so after that, I talked to another member who was living on his farm, and he explained to me about this communication that Dr. Greer was doing as far as C5 communication. And so that is when, of course, being skeptical about that, I'm yeah. Well, I was open-minded at that point because I'd seen some lights, and I was like, I saw these lights, And so anyway, we did a C5, and there was multiple witnesses, probably 10, including teenage kids in high school and stuff like that, and younger kids and college students and friends here at the farm. And so they were on another location on the farm, but a huge UFO flew over the farm, and we got video of it, and all of the people saw it, and people from the other side of the farm ran over to us and said, "Whoa, look at that!" Yeah, we have like 100. We live on 160 acres, kind of right next to the National Forest. So there's a lot of. It's really bright in the sky, and that's what you'd really like to probably come out here if you have for viewing. So, so that was an interesting. This is still not the end of the story, because we did a few other C5s, and for people out there, the C5 is like you can meditate. It's a good meditation, and you can contact and commune with the aliens. And people say that it's a communication, telepathic or whatnot. I mean, I would admit as a meditation but I do know that we did see some strange things, and that's not just the end of it. So a few other times we had so they would come over and we flash our flashlights at them, and it would be like a strobe light brightness of communication back to us, and they're flying completely erratical and super fast and zigzag, definitely not, and it's not but a super bright light that's super visible, and it was just amazing, and they appeared over our house on another occasion, stationary, moving, zigzagging, and flashing their lights in response to our light communications. And I've never seen anything like that before in my life. I have served in the Army. I was sergeant in the Army. I was stationed in Hawaii, and I was also stationed in Monterey. I hear a lot about that on YouTube, and I just want people to know that people that served in Monterey, they're not out to silence people that want to talk about aliens. That's definitely not a priority. People that are working in the government at that level, they're not. There's a lot of good people, just like you and me, that are just trying to do the best they can, and so. And we just acknowledge.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, because this is really cool. You have multiple sightings. Your fiance is with you, and it sounds like you have your fiance right next to you, and that count by account situation. Mm-hmm. But let me get your fiance on the phone if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. That's absolutely fine. Here you go.
Hello?
Hi there. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi there. Yeah, this sounds pretty wild. What a great caller. Our first caller into Third Phase Moon tonight, and we're getting off to a good start. But I want to ask you, what did you think when your fiance was strobing or trying to make contacts with these orbs in the beginning? Were you concerned, or did you edge him on?
Honestly, I thought it was funny because when we met in Ashland, I have high-functioning autism, and I've kind of seen these things way before we met. And, he was a skeptical, and I kept forcing him to, see, I'm telling the truth, and I still do it. And, in fact, we were watching Acknowledge, and I had, this book that I wrote and stuff. I'm not really comfortable talking about it. It's kind of personal. But anyways, a lot of what Dr. Gray was talking about, I have talked about for years. I have not been stupid to it. And a matter of fact, I was 13, and I lived in Tyler, Texas. And my dad and my mom and my sister and I lived in the house. And we have a suburban neighborhood. Literally, you can almost kind of play ping pong ball as far as the distance goes across the street from mailbox. It was really close. You could put the table in the middle of the road and play with a neighbor. That's how close we were. And when I was 13, we had no air conditioner, and it was in the middle of summer. It was hot, 120 degrees. And so I have asthma, and so I'm in the window dying for air like a dog, trying to catch a breeze to breathe, because I'm out of my inhaler, and my dad is a very abusive person, so waking him up was a no-no, and so I'd rather die from hyperventilation. So I'm watching out the window, and I'm watching my neighbor's house, which is the only view from my window, and I see this giant, not a plane, but a giant ship. And it has multiple lights going around so fast. And I'm looking at this thing no more than 15, 20 feet away from me. And it's sitting there, and it's hovering over my neighbor's house. And I'm just sitting here thinking, what the hell is going on? And I'm just interested because, again, I'm not normal. I do have high-functioning autism, so I'm curious as to what is different. Because it enlightens me to see, okay, well, that's new. And so it doesn't scare me. So I'm looking at it, and then it kind of adjusts itself really, really fast forward. And the ship itself alternately kind of makes the shape when it goes directional forward, then a 90-degree angle, and then down straight forward, making the movement however, of a triangle and sits there and hovers and then speeds off and it's gone. And I'm like, whoa. And even to this day, like, I was seeing things, and then I introduced him to Scott, and then, like, he was like, I don't know, that's like a government ship. And I was like, no, dude, look. Like, I've been around, I've heard things.
Absolutely.
Look. You know, like, you need to open your eyes and look. And he started looking, and then he started getting more deeper into it than I, and then he's the guy that's like, hey, my friends are here, waving at them, like any light source, whether it be a lighter, a light switch to the front porch, cars. Like, I'm like, stop, we can't see the road. You're going to make us crash. Like, stop doing that. I can't see it. And so he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I was just, like, trying to signal. And I was like, well, why don't you wait till we're safe off of the road? And he just, like, looks, and he looks every night hard, and he listens to your show really passionately. And he asks people every day, like, have you seen anything? You need to look. And we've talked to new people here traveling. We got people from Alaska on the farm. The farm is worldwide known for people who are traveling and passing through, and people who want to live off grid, people who are not accepted to society. And, you know, whether it's a resting place or their pastime, you know, just to pass until they get to the next destination. I mean, we have people who are scientists. We have people who are, like, really smart people, you know, that live here and created this really nice place. And I think that's why, you know, these people or these beings are attracted to this place. And this place has been like, it's not a hippie commune. It's more of like a spiritual place. You know, it's not a cult. We just live off grid. There's kids who go to public schooling. You know, people go to work in society. We just choose not to live in a apartment, you know, where you have to use gas, where you have to, like, go to the grocery store. You know, we're more down to earth, you know, just and we have solar power. You know, that's how we have our energy, and we don't have electricity except for the solar power. And we don't have TV. We have a radio. That's it, you know, and so it's kind of... We read a lot. Philosophy, you know, science, and like, so we're not in tune to the media. We're more unprogrammed.
Yeah, we don't follow
them. You know, so...
Well, yeah, absolutely. Let me ask you this.
Okay.
It's really cool because sometimes when... especially if you're just about to marry somebody and you're wanting to gain their trust, or, hey, look, I'm not crazy, I'm telling you about this UFO phenomenon, you're kind of like questioning that person, and then all of a sudden, wow, you get to prove it to them because now they're witnessing this phenomenon in front of you. How did you feel at that point?
I felt like, yes, one for me. You know, because, like, I mean, it was just like I was right, and I'm actually having, because, like, my whole life, my people have been telling me, like, well, you're crazy. They put me on medication. They put me in a hospital for 6 years, like, telling me that I was, like, cray-cray. Like, you know, I was telling them, you know, and they did. You know, and then they found out that, you know, after all, I wasn't crazy. And then they diagnosed me with autism. And you know, and that is what it is, you know. And my mom, she's seen things, and my whole family has, you know. And so, like, you know, like, he's over here shushing me, like, about that. And I'm sorry I'm throwing you under the bus, but I got to be honest. You know, but I feel like a lot of people who are being medicated, you know, are the ones who are trying to be silenced about this stuff because they're the ones considered crazy.
Well, you know, the whole thing is, even if you're autistic, there's no scientific study or anything saying that autistic people hallucinate. It has nothing to do with that. And again, when you have somebody close to you, very close, witnessing the same phenomenon that you're seeing, that's incredible. And then you have multiple sightings. I got a feeling Scott's wife or fiance, I'm not sure if they've married, is these beings might be following her around. It sounds like it started out from a young age, and maybe she might be a little bit of a magnet for that kind of phenomenon. Wow. What a great first call. We got more callers right here at Third Phase of Moon. They're stacking up. We'll try and get to everybody tonight. Stand by. We'll be right back.